The process of globalization has led locally owned boutiques to use social media to keep up with the more globally competitive chain stores. We interviewed both Gap and Ellie in downtown Auburn to receive a better insight on the matter.
Hey, we're at Ellie in downtown Auburn interviewing one of their employees. So, would you consider the clothes at Ellie to be from widely known name brands, or are they geared towards the boutique style of the store?
They're geared towards the boutique style. They're not really considered like brand names. People don't come here for certain brands or anything. It's just we have a lot of different things, and they're more geared towards the affordable price and just like if they're in fashion and like trendy, fashionable.
How often do you receive new shipments?
We receive new shipments every single day. We have tons of boxes that get shipped to our storage store, and then we just unload it as we go, and we have tons of new shipments every day.
If you run out of a certain article of popular clothing, do you restock the same piece?
Not usually, unless that piece is, unless a lot of people want that, and then we restock it or we reorder it. But usually we just get new things in that are different.
How does Ellie promote themselves as a business?
Ellie promotes themselves through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, every social network you can think of. We take pictures and we have our clothes on Facebook, and you can order it through there, and a lot of other different ways.
Roughly how many people work at Ellie?
Around 15. We rehire if people quit, so we can all have good business hours.
Do you think if Ellie invested in selling male clothing that you guys would make a profit and have more clientele?
I think we would have more clientele because so many girls come in here and they shop for themselves, but they could also shop for their boyfriends. When the boyfriends come, that they could not feel so awkward and they could shop for themselves also.
Branches of Ellie?
We have this Ellie, and we have the Ellie shoe boutique across the street, and then we have one in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Is this store in Auburn locally owned?
Yes, it is locally owned. We have two owners, and they both graduated from Auburn, and they still live here.
How do you run your online sales through the use of social media?
We use every social media you can, but through Facebook, we used to have a website, but now we just use Facebook because it's easier to get orders in and out, and more people see it. It makes us more nationally available to have online social networks instead of just having a store, because more people see us around the world, and we'll do shipments through Facebook to any place in the world.
When doing a phone interview with an employee named Kaylee Bailey from Gap in downtown Auburn, we asked these following questions to receive the chain store point of view. We started out by asking if their clothes and store name was a widely recognizable name brand, and Gap agreed that they were, and also stated that their brand and the Gap Corporation had at least 10 more Gap stores in the state of Alabama alone. And when asked how often they received shipments of clothes, they replied at least once a week. We then continued the phone interview by asking about their employees and how many employees they have in their store alone. Their answer was 15 to 20 employees with at least 5 different ranks, and those ranks are manager, general manager, assistant manager, brand expert, and a sales associate. During the interview, the word corporation seemed to be brought up multiple times. When asked more about what corporate does, we were told that they do all of the clothing orders, and it is not the store's decision if a popular article of clothing sells out to reorder more. Corporate has to give the okay. And corporate also has to give the okay to send out shipments of clothing from Gap's very own clothing distribution center in Tennessee. Lastly, we asked about their online store and if the Auburn store had any input or control over the online store. Their answer was no. The online store is based out of Ohio, and all online store shipments go through that hub, and with the individual Gap stores having no part of the process.
Based on our research and interviews, our culture reviewed boutiques and chain stores on different criteria. In Auburn, we asked 3 people of different age groups and sex to describe to us the difference between boutiques and chain stores. They each explained that price is the main difference between these two. Boutiques are for high-end fashion ranging from $15 to over $300, while chain stores tend to be more affordable. Our research noticed another difference between these types of stores was that the chain stores all carry the same clothes while boutiques handpick their items. Globally, boutiques are known for this. Boutiques all over the world are known for attracting high-income young women. Boutiques can also attract customers through the use of social media and the internet. Most boutiques have Facebook pages and Twitter accounts to promote their stores and offer deals and specials. This is a way of free advertising that will attract more locally. A chain store would rather advertise using commercials or billboards because they are more globally available. They are also more likely to have their own websites to sell clothes directly off of, while a boutique would do this through Facebook or another social media site. The use of social media does help boutiques become global. This way, from anywhere in the world, an order can be placed by viewing online and then calling in or messaging the boutique through the site. The use of social media has helped boutiques' business spread as well as chain stores.
Overall, our research has shown us that the use of social media and online advertisement has had a huge impact on both chain stores and local boutiques. Through the use of social media, boutiques here in Auburn are now known and available on a global setting. By advertising on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, LA can now sell and show product to a wider range of people instead of just here in the Auburn area. LA advertises by posting pictures and posts about new shipments and sales. They don't pay to advertise, but rely on word of mouth. Chain stores, such as Gap, also use social media and online sites to advertise their product. While the brand name is more globally recognizable, Gap still wants to get their products out there and advertise as a popular brand. Gap uses their own online store to sell products as opposed to only selling through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but they do still, however, pay for advertising on these sites. Social media has expanded both the boutique and chain store to a global level, gaining customers all over the world.